So welcome everyone. In this video we'll talk about the limit test for arsenic. So now the limit test for arsenic is a very important limit test because firstly here a Nessler cylinder will not be used. Okay. So in the limit test for chlorides and sulfates we used to take two Nessler cylinders. So here Nessler cylinders will not be used. Here we use a special apparatus known as the Gutset apparatus, which we will discuss in few minutes. So firstly we perform this limit test in Gutset apparatus, and secondly here in other limit tests where we used Nessler cylinders, we used to compare the turbidity between the test solution and the standard solution. Okay, so in limit test for arsenic we will compare the stain produced by the test solution to that produced by the standard solution. Now how the stain will be produced? In this test arsine gas is evolved. Arsine gas or arsenic gas is evolved, which reacts with mercuric chloride paper. Now when it reacts with mercuric chloride paper, what happens? That a yellow or a brown stain is produced. Now this stain will be produced both by test solution as well as by the standard solution, and the intensity of stain produced by these two solution is compared. So in limit test for chlorides and sulfates we used to compare the turbidity produced by the test solution to that produced by the standard solution. So here same thing happens, but here only we compare the intensity of stain produced by the test solution to that produced by the standard solution. So rest all things are same, like the basic concept is same, but here the stain will be produced by the arsine gas on mercury chloride paper. So now let us understand the principle for limit test for arsenic. Now the principle for limit test for arsenic is quite long, like it has 4 steps, but it is very much easier if you try to understand it. So let us begin. When sample containing arsenic is dissolved in acid, arsenic impurity get converted into arsenious acid trivalent or arsenic acid pentavalent, depending upon the valency state of arsenic present in the sample. Okay, so what here is said, that the sample which has the arsenic impurity, in that sample arsenic can be in two forms. It might be in +3 form. +3 form is called trivalent, or it might be in +5 form, which is pentavalent. Penta refers to 5. Okay, so the +3 form of arsenic in acidic medium will be converted into arsenious acid, and the +5 form of arsenic in acidic medium will be converted into arsenic acid. This is the formula for arsenious acid. This is the formula for arsenic acid. So in the first step, what we do, we convert the trivalent and the pentavalent form of arsenic into arsenious acid and arsenic acid respectively. Now in the first step we have formed arsenious acid and arsenic acid. So in the next step what we will do, we will convert this arsenic acid into arsenious acid. Okay, so on treatment with stannous chloride, pentavalent arsenic acid is converted into trivalent arsenious acid. So this is our arsenic acid. This is its structure. In the presence of stannous chloride, it will convert into arsenious acid, which means that the +5 state gets converted into +3 state. Now in this test we also use potassium iodide, which we will see when we will see the procedure for this test. So the potassium iodide which we use over here is to facilitate the conversion of arsenic acid into arsenious acid. Okay, so this facilitates the conversion. This will facilitate the conversion of our +5 form to +3 form. So in second step what we have done, we have converted all the arsenic acid into arsenious acid. Now what will happen, now this arsenic acid will be converted into arsine gas. So arsenious acid is converted into arsine gas with the help of nascent hydrogen produced by zinc and hydrochloric acid. So this is our arsenious acid. So in the presence of nascent hydrogen, this will be converted into arsine gas. Now how this nascent hydrogen is produced? It is produced by the reaction of zinc with hydrochloric acid. Now the zinc which we will use in this reaction will be granulated zinc, because it helps in the prolonged and steady evolution of nascent hydrogen. Okay, so the zinc which we will use will be granulated zinc because it helps in the prolonged and steady evolution of nascent hydrogen gas. So in this step what we have done, we have produced arsine gas. Now this arsine gas in the final step will be reacting with the mercury chloride paper to produce brown or yellow stain. So produced arsine gas is carried out through the tube by passing through mercury chloride paper. When arsenic gas reacts with mercury chloride, brown or yellow stain is produced on mercury chloride paper. So this is our arsine gas. When it reacts with mercury chloride paper, brown or yellow stain is produced, and the stain is produced for a standard solution of arsenic, and intensity of two stain is compared. So similarly, such a stain will be produced by the standard solution as well, and the intensity of the stain produced by these two solutions is compared and the observation is made. Okay, so this was the principle for the limit test for arsenic. Now we are going to talk about the Gudset apparatus, which is special apparatus used for the limit test for arsenic, and in this test this special apparatus is used. That is why this test is very much important. So this is the Gudset apparatus. This is the glass bottle where we will take our solutions. In our test, one bottle will be labeled as test and other one will be standard, and in the test bottle we will prepare the test solution, in the standard bottle we will prepare the standard solution. So this is the glass bottle, this is the glass tube. It is having like a rubber bunk, and on the upper side there are two rubber bunks, and in between two rubber bunks the mercury chloride paper is placed. The arsenic gas which is produced here will travel from here and then will react with mercury chloride paper to produce the stain. Okay, so now let us understand this apparatus in detail. A wide mouth glass bottle which is fitted with a rubber bung and a glass tube with 200 mm length with internal diameter 6.5 mm and outer diameter 8.0 mm is passed through it. Okay, so what it says this is a wide mouth glass bottle and it is fitted with a rubber bung and a glass tube. The length of this glass tube is 200 mm, its internal diameter is 6.5 mm and its external diameter is 8.0 mm. So this is what was told in the first line. Now upper end of this tube is open and lower end is tapered by reducing diameter to 1 mm. So it says that this is the glass tube. Now its upper end is open and its lower end, this is a lower end, its lower end is tapered. Tapered means that it is made narrower and its diameter is reduced to 1 mm. Now why do we do this? We do this for the slow and smooth passage of arsine gas. Okay, so the lower end of this tube is tapered so that our arsine gas passes slowly and smoothly. Now cotton wool moistened with lead acetate solution, dried and packed in glass tube. Lead acetate cotton trap hydrogen sulfide gas, if any, which can interfere with the test by giving stain on mercury chloride paper. So it says that in this tube we take a lead acetate cotton. Okay, so here we will take lead acetate cotton before our mercury chloride paper. Now what it does, it traps any hydrogen sulfide gas which might be produced in this bottle. So why we need to trap hydrogen sulfide gas? So that it do not react with mercury chloride paper to give the stain which will interfere in our results. Okay, so this is a very important question, that why do we use lead acetate cotton in limit test for arsenic? We use it to trap any kind of hydrogen sulfide gas which might be produced in the reaction, because it can interfere in the results by reacting with mercury chloride paper. So this is the reason why we use lead acetate cotton. Now upper end of the tube is fitted with two rubber bungs and encloses flat mercury chloride paper in it with the help of clips. Now this is the upper end of the tube. It is having two rubber bungs and fitted with the help of a clip, and in between two rubber bungs here we place the mercury chloride paper. This is the mercury chloride paper with which the arsine gas will react to give the yellow or brown stain. So yellow or brown stain will be produced. So this was all about the Gudset apparatus which is used in the limit test for arsenic. This is a very important apparatus. Now let us talk about the procedure, like how we have to prepare our test solution and the standard solution, which we do in all our limit tests. So test solution, standard solution. Add 50 ml of distilled water in arsenic test apparatus bottle and label it as test. So what we will do, firstly we will take 2 of such bottles. In one bottle we will take 50 ml of distilled water and label it as test, and we will take another such bottle, and also in that bottle we will take 50 ml of distilled water and label it as standard. So labeling is very much important because it helps us to distinguish between two of our solutions, which is test and which is standard. So labeling is very important thing. Now the bottle in which we have labeled test, we will dissolve a specified quantity of sample, and the bottle which we have labeled standard, we will add 1 ml of arsenic standard solution. Now in test bottle we have taken the sample, in standard bottle we have taken the standard solution. Now rest of the steps will be same. Add 10 ml of stannated hydrochloric acid, add 10 ml of stannated hydrochloric acid, add 5 ml of 1 molar potassium iodide, add 5 ml of 1 molar potassium iodide. Now this potassium iodide was to facilitate the conversion of arsenious acid into arsenic acid. Now add 10 grams of granulated zinc, add 10 grams of granulated zinc. Quickly place prepared glass tube at its position and allow to stand for 40 minutes. Here also same. So here what we are doing, after performing all these steps, we will place our prepared glass tube. Prepared glass tube means the glass tube which contains the lead acetate cotton as well as the mercury chloride paper fixed on it. So we will place this through this rubber bung, and finally our apparatus will be complete. Okay, so we will place the prepared glass tube at its position, and then we will allow to stand for 40 minutes for the reactions to take place. And now after that we will do the observation, that is we will compare the intensity of stain. Compare the yellow brown stain of both test and standard solution. If test solution show yellow stain with more intensity than standard, limit test fails. If test solution shows yellow stain with less intensity than standard, the limit test pass. Okay, so this is the observation which we will make. If the intensity of stain will be more, limit test will fail. If the intensity of stain will be less, limit test will pass. So this was all about in the limit test for arsenic. This is a very much important topic for our pharmaceutical analysis. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.